this if we're going to talk about this, because it also just hit 8:30.
All right. Take us away.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's... I don't think there's anyone in the stream. Oh, Bianca's in there, it says. That's good.
Just me, yeah.
Just Blue Jingles one.
Gonna boost my own viewer numbers.
We're doing it. That's how we do it. Does that move that? No. Okay. Just go check my notes. All my notes for this high energy, high intensity presentation.
This image, this advertisement, just this comes from a very specific time and place.
This ad, oh yeah. I can't remember when the DS came out, but
it was probably like 2006, maybe 7. Well, actually, it depends. Like the DS or the DS Lite, which is what everyone thinks of when they think of the DS, instead of that chunky motherfucker with the weird hinges.
I can't remember which one. There's some real old one that I had. It's real good. It's good and old.
I think it was there was like, because there was the original 3DS. I remember my friend talking about how like she had Pokemon Platinum on 3DS or something, and then like I went to her house and she showed it to me and she pulled out this fucking thing and I was like, whoa, what is that? She's like, it's a 3DS. And I was like, mine is way smaller than that. Where did you get that from? She's like, oh, I got one of the first ones. So that's when I learned like multiple editions of the 3DS. Like, because so the 3DS is in that ad are actually, I'm pretty sure they're actually called the 3DS Lite, Lite, of course.
In this ad.
Yeah. Those ones that are visible in
I have
the
a
ad.
huge correction for you. They're Nintendo DSs.
Well, then what's Nintendo DS Lite?
I'm pretty sure those are Nintendo DS Lites, not 3DS Lites. I don't think 3DS Lites are a thing.
I've been saying 3DS. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I just said 3DS.
Okay, I'm totally on board. Yes.
Just one singular DS.
Those are DS Lites. Actually, they could be DSIs, which is a different thing.
Oh, do they have those funky cameras on them? That's what we need to know.
I think that's what it was for.
Yeah, because they had those. I don't know why the
3D
DS
cameras?
needed a really good camera. Yeah.
Yeah, it had a really good camera.
But why?
And it's like how the Pokemon Gen 4 step trackers are like really, really accurate. Like they're like more accurate than like actual expensive ones.
Pedometer.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had their priorities in order.
Good work.
Excellent cameras and excellent pedometers.
I always remember how Nintendo Wi-Fi connection. Wait, okay, hang on. I need to do something with the chat because it's still displaying the first 3 messages.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
There's definitely more messages since then when it was displaying a still image of us saying hello to ourselves.
By the way, everyone, we've got chat going. I haven't quite figured out where to place it. However, this shall not do. I realize a huge flaw in the place that it is.
Yep.
And now I'm confused about where to put it. Yeah, James, good work. He's doing it.
Excellent. Doing the Lord's work.
Truly, truly, truly. Here he comes. Here he comes.
We're so close. We're so close. And once you do it, feel free to repost your Wi-Fi connection comment. So it can have the moment in the sun that it deserves.
Yay.
Woohoo.
Yeah, okay. Welcome to Pokemon X and Y. I'm Brendon.
And I'm Bianca.
What a beginning.
This is... this is actually going to be such an exciting episode.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to hear about whatever the hell Pokemon Jade is.
Our good friend Gordon said he would join and that he has played the game quite a bit, which is very interesting because I haven't. But before we get to that, do you want to tell us about PAX and everything? TCG. We can get. Let's minimize. Wait, no, I'm gonna fuck up everything. No, let's do it. Oh no, that doesn't work.
That's okay. I can make a slide on the fly that's just got a picture of some cool shit. Actually, just bring up a picture. I'm just going to put a picture of Detective Pikachu in there because I'm quite fond of that chap.
Yeah.
As you may or may not be aware. And I've got some very hot Detective Pikachu content. Not really content. It's more like a show and tell.
Okay.
I'll just copy this image. It's slightly low res. Copy it again.
What is this?
And paste it. There we go. My beautiful son.
Oh, what is happened to OBS? Hang on, something's gone seriously wrong with OBS.
Something freaky.
Yeah, keep talking. I'll fix it.
All right, cool. So I went to PAX on the weekend. Just gone. It was awesome, and there was a pretty big Pokemon presence, including a playable demo of Sword and Shield.
Oh shit!
Unfortunately, I didn't have 2 hours to throw away of my life standing in line for that, so I didn't line up for it. But I did watch it as I walked past, and there wasn't really any actual like gameplay sequence that I could see. It was just like a demo of the battling and of Dynamaxing.
Mm-hmm.
There were some people,
which is the feature that I want to know the most about, obviously.
Yeah, clearly. That's my most number one anticipated feature is definitely Dynamaxing. They had these big screens that were showing all of the starters getting Dynamaxed. From what I understand about Dynamaxing, I don't know why you would Dynamax your Sobble. I feel like you'd want to Dynamax, like, at the very least, a fully evolved Pokemon and not just, like, your level 12 starter, considering you can only do it once a battle and, like, it only lasts for one turn or some shit. I don't really know the details, but... There was lots of stuff on display for Pokemon Sword and Shield, and it just reminded me that I'm very excited for this game, and I cannot wait to purchase it. So that was the first thing that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing that was pretty cool, I was going to start on my TCGs, and I realized I've got to show off this awesome shirt that I bought. I don't know if you can see it, but it is all grass-type Pokemon, and my sweet love Rowlet, front and center. Unfortunately, they don't have the new starters on them, so there's no Grookey on here for you Grookey lovers, but it does have pretty much every grass starter and a bunch of grass favorites, which is
Grookey fiends.
Pretty sweet. You Grookey fiends. I'm not here for you, but I respect your decision. So that was a cool way to spend all of my money to buy one single t-shirt. I did put Detective Pikachu up on the screen. Here's where I'm going to move into TCG stuff because the other thing that I love about PAX is all of the card games. I know Mitch and I tried to play the Dragon Ball Z card game. It sucks, by the way, but cool. I tried that on behalf of everyone. It's very, very, very much like Magic the Gathering, and I don't like Magic the Gathering, so there's that. And also, we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Z real quick. Everybody looks the fucking same. I genuinely didn't know the difference between, like, this yelling man and the other yelling man. And then someone was like, oh, but that's his son. I was like, but they look exactly the same age. Like, there should be at least a 25-year age gap, roughly, you'd think, you know? At the very least, has to be, like, 18 years difference or 16 years difference or something. They look exactly the same age, indistinguishable with each other, whoever the son of Goku is.
Yeah.
So
it's also not helped by the fact that some people are, like, fusions of other characters, and some of them are like characters from the past / future. There's completely different character designs when characters age. It's a fucking mess, but I do have a soft spot for old Toriyama, who's the designer. Just saying.
Just saying. Just want to put that one out there.
Yeah, he did Dragon Quest, and he does the character models for Chrono Trigger as well.
See, it's funny because I've said a bunch of times when people talked about Dragon Quest is that I don't love the art style because it reminds me too much of Dragon Ball Z, but I fucking love Chrono Trigger, so that's a little weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I was in the TCG section, and there's the Dragon Ball Z game, there's the Final Fantasy game, there's a bunch of other indie ones that people have made that generally aren't that fun. But then there's the Pokemon TCG, which is where I spent a lot of money. And one of the first things I bought was this special Detective Pikachu box card thing. I obviously didn't bring the box back because I had to get on a plane, but you got
I'm making your camera bigger while we do this.
Thanks. I got 3 of these boosters, special Detective Pikachu ones, which are rapidly running out of stock everywhere. I also got this fucking... I'm going to unwrap it, actually. It's in this box. I got a play mat, which I'm going to use as a mouse pad. And...
that's very good.
It's pretty fucking cool. It's pretty cool. I'm really actually pleased with this.
Before you go on, I have to ask, do you have any intention of playing?
I used to play it quite a bit.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so probably not anymore. But I used to play it like for, I reckon, about 9 months. I played it all the time, and I went to like a Good Games, and I would like play on weeknights. But it's I kept getting my ass kicked by small children, and it was, demoralizing. Which is frequently the case in card games. I've heard that you just get your ass kicked by some 12-year-old. And I don't want that.
The only time I actually got to play the TCG was the Game Boy Color game, which is fucking great, by the way. Really wish they made a sequel of that.
Yeah,
actually they did, but it didn't come out in the West anyway.
The thing though that I've always considered like playing it online, because every time you buy a booster pack in real life, physical booster pack, you get one of these things, which lets you redeem it in the game, but the app, like the program, is so shitty. Anyway, digress. But back onto the cool shit that I bought. The thing that came with the Detective Pikachu cards and the box thing was this adorable little boy.
It's not an amiibo, is it? It's just a little figure?
No, it's just a little figurine. This is about as big as my thumb for scale. And the thing that literally sold me on buying this, you'll notice how I'm holding it. What's that?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's not a magnifying glass.
Oh shit. It's not a frying pan.
And it's not even a drying pan.
Wow.
That's
Pokemon related too.
I wasn't even going to buy it. And then my Jamesy pointed out to me, he goes, oh my god, he's standing on a magnifying glass. And I was like, that's it. I'm buying it.
It's a lot.
So that was good. And then I got, some Detective Pikachu promo cards, which I forgot to get out. Now I can't find them, but they're somewhere in these packs. The other thing, though, that I bought along with the Detective Pikachu stuff was this thing, the Pokemon box. This was this box that a card company had put together, and it was basically just kind of like buying a blind box where they said there's at least 3 booster packs in there, there's at least 5 rares, and there's at least 1 ultra rare in there. But other, like, you could get more shit. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm intrigued, and I'm a sucker for these sorts of things, so off I go. And I didn't get it. It was just normal. There was no bonus stuff. I just got the regular amount of boosters, the regular amount of ultra rares, and the regular amount of rares. But
you should have done a live unboxing.
I know, actually, I really should have, but I couldn't contain myself. I should have bought a second box to bring it back. Yeah, but they were $25 each. Even though I only got 1 ultra rare, it wasn't a loss because we have an old favorite of the show.
Mr. Mime, come on.
It's Guzzlord.
Oh, fuck.
It's a Guzzlord full art card.
That is really, really cool, though.
Yeah, it is. It is a really cool card, even if it is an Ultra Beast.
I love all the full art cards.
Just so you know, the moves that Guzzlord GX has is Eat Sloppily. That's his first move. His second move is Tyrannical Hole, and his third move is Glutton. Which is like his turbo powered move. So I just think that I love when they name the moves for the GX cards. They're excellent.
I always thought it was interesting that they give them names that aren't like Pokemon attacks, and I was always like, but like in hindsight, like it's because my frame of reference for Pokemon is always centered around the games. And it's interesting that like man, I'm getting really sidetracked. I can talk about this later. But I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Meltan is like the first Pokemon that debuted not in a mainline Pokemon JRPG.
Yeah, I think you'd be right, because I remember they announced like Victini outside of the game, like before it was in the game. They announced it, but there was no way to get it. Like you couldn't see it or interact with it. You just saw a picture of it. So
I mean, that's what
I think
they do
you're
with
right.
all the reveals there. I mean.
Yeah, but wasn't there like some sort of mystery gift thing that you could do with it, like in the game? Or maybe I'm getting confused. Anyway,
I'll talk more about this later. It'll come into our discussion.
Yeah. So as I said, I only got the normal amount of booster packs and other rare cards in there. But it was what was inside those booster packs, which was the real kicker.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up getting 2 hyper rares, which is the rarest rarity of card that you can have. As soon as they start getting beyond like, ultra hyper rare, secret rare, like they're all become equivalent. But this one is like amongst the rarest cards. They're called rainbow rares because, as you can see, they're rainbowy. And this is an Alolan Muck. It's a Alolan Muck.
Oh, now I see it. It's like a visual eye magic trick.
Yeah.
You have to look at it in a while and then you see the image.
Yeah. So it's probably hard to see in the light. Oh, there we go, actually. So you can see it's super shiny. The whole card is like this sort of weird textured material, and it's all rainbow, which is very on brand for Alolan Muck. But it would be that way even if the Pokemon wasn't rainbow colored. So that was awesome because they're really like rare to get. So the fact that I got one was great. And then I got a second one because that's just how I went.
Is that one of the Ultra Beasts? What is that?
This is a Keldeo, actually.
Oh, right. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. I'll just hold it a bit closer, actually, so it's a bit easier to see. So it's the same thing. You can see it's all rainbow, even though that's obviously not how Keldeo looks.
I was thinking of Kecleon. It's... okay. I don't even understand. Oh, it's like turned... Okay, I see. Very MLP.
Yes, extremely. So that was a success, really. I looked up the values of these cards. Not that I sell the card, I just keep them for myself. But together, these cards are worth about $20, and I paid $25 for the box. So I think I'm coming out ahead slightly, or about even,
But how much did the box cost? Got to factor that in.
I need to factor that in. That was my downfall. I do have more cards that I would love to show off, which I ordered online. But I don't know how we're doing for time, if I've got time to go through.
Yeah, go for it.
Sweet. So there's this website called Toad and Troll, or maybe it's Troll and Toad. I don't know what order it goes in. And they basically have single rare cards for sale. So like, as an example, let's say that you really fucking love Keldeo and you want to get this card. You can just go and buy it online and it would cost you like, I don't know, $9 or something plus shipping. And so I ordered a whole bunch of them online because the latest TCG set has massive supply shortages worldwide. They're really fucking hard to buy. I haven't bought a single booster of them because they're just not for sale because they just didn't make enough. I don't know why because they have some of the coolest cards in the whole fucking game, but that's okay. We'll deal with it.
Artificial rarity, artificial scarceness.
Yeah. Like that's clearly it's resulted in, but I don't know why they didn't just they can just print more cards.
Yeah.
It was like it was compared to how much normally comes out, there was way less. So anyway, first one I got is a shiny Rowlet.
Oh shit.
This is a different color.
Very good.
Very, very cute. Very good. And I love him. This is one of my favorite cards ever, as you can probably tell from when I reveal it. This one is called Professor Elm's Lecture, and it is Professor Elm with all of the Gen 2 starters, and it's fucking adorable. I love it.
It's good that they have it seems like they have a good grasp of what people will want in Pokemon cards in terms of looking like the design of it itself. Because it's like its own little like art thing in its own way. I'm sure we can get into this / write down a topic for a future episode is the best Pokemon card design / worst card designs.
Let me tell you, I've got some opinions on that for sure. But this is one that's probably got a bit of a split opinion because I love this card. Mitch doesn't think it's that great, but I love it. This is you can tell who this is. Yes. Executor. But this is actually one of the new types of cards they produce, which is called a tag team card, which actually means it's 2 Pokemon. And you'll be saying, rightfully so, but there's only a Alolan Executor on the card. Where's the second Pokemon? And I don't know if you can see that tiny lump on his neck underneath the front.
Yes. Yeah.
It's Rowlet. It's Rowlet. It's Rowlet and Alolan Executor together at last on the card.
This is... You know how I was just saying that they know what people want in cards? This is it. This is the epitome.
Yeah, because see, that's I prefer that one. There's a second version of the card which I bought because I love Rowlet, which is this one, which in my opinion is not as exciting. it's clearly more exciting. There's a lot more action happening, but I don't prefer the other one.
Yeah, totally. Which is odd, but extremely fair.
Yeah. I bought another tag team card, which is this art is by the way, this set has great art. This is all from the same set. This one right here, it's Psyduck and Slowpoke, and you'll see there that there is a Shelder biting Psyduck's tail, much to his dismay and to Slowpoke's Slowpoke expression.
That's very, very good.
Yeah, another extremely good card. Bought a couple of other nice ones. A Mawile GX. I know you're a fan of Mawile, so this is a nice one. It's on a kind of steely background, which is pretty nice.
Man, seeing that pushed me over the edge. I think I need to start doing this. Actually, no, I really don't. This is not a hobby I need to begin.
Also got another Rainbow Rare card. This one's a Dragonite.
Oh, that's good.
Which is just very good. Dragonite, he's such a good boy. Such a good boy. And then now we're getting down to it. Possibly the two... Actually, no. This is possibly the best card that they've made. In the set, at least. It's Jesse and James.
Oh, I like the full card when they're trainer cards too. It's interesting.
Yeah. And I don't know how clear it is on the stream, but he's of course Meowth down here in my thumb and Wobbuffet up here. Which is just lovely to see. Just love it.
I saw those.
Love to see it. And last but certainly not least, another full art trainer card. The man himself, Giovanni.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's shiny too. Jesus.
It's so great. They're all so shiny. So that is. I hope you all enjoyed that, because that cost me a lot of money to procure these delightful goods to share with you. But in my opinion, totally worth it. I don't really play so much anymore, but I do collect them because I just think the art is really awesome. And this set in particular has some really, really, really nice ones. So thank you for allowing me to take over most of the show, or at least the first 20 minutes of the show with Pokemon cards. I know they're probably not everyone's cup of tea, but I hope that you can at least appreciate some of the art that goes into them now.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have a level 5 Steiner card from the Final Fantasy TCG. The cards feel really weird, the material that they're made of. It feels cool, but it's weird.
Yeah, they kind of got like this, the Final Fantasy cards kind of have this plastic backing to them.
One side's like plastic and the other's like cardboard. It's weird.
Yeah, the Pokemon cards, the Pokemon cards are very much just like cardboard on either side. Like there's nothing... They just feel like playing cards, whereas the Final Fantasy cards feel like almost like the premium edition, you know, because they've got that extra little something.
Yeah. All right, let's get to Pokemon Jade.
Let's do it. I'm so excited.
I need to bring up my notes. Pokemon Jade. It's not actually called... Actually, I've got a bit of an intro. Let's start with the intro, shall we? It's probably a good place to start.
Yes, let's...
So, I don't know how far you've ever delved into it, but there's a lot of bootleg Pokemon games. I think a lot of them are probably really good. I haven't actually played any of them before, other than this one, obviously. But this is the most bootlegiest bootleg of them all, which I tweeted out.
Yes.
I'm sorry, there's some sort of fog on my glasses. Yeah, so there's a lot of fan games, and I was thinking, like, I don't want to start picking those apart. A lot of those have, like, custom sprites in them, and they're really cool, but, like, that's territory I don't want to tread. This one, however, is an exception, because it's one that I've played. It was also on a cartridge when I played it, which seems crazy. Like,
does it take away from the bootleg feel of it? Like, it's not something you had to load onto an R4 or like some other weird thing. Like, it's a genuine thing that was produced in a factory somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Even though it's still bootleg, just having a physical thing makes it seem less bootleg. Well, actually, no. I mean, you can have bootleg goods, but because it was a game, I don't know, something about it being a Game Boy cartridge, because it's a bespoke cartridge. It only has one use. Anyway. I'm currently getting messages about The Bachelor, or The Bachelorette, I should say. Mute that conversation. How do I mute? Okay. This one in particular. It's actually a game called Keitai Denju Telefang. And I'm just going to start calling it Telefang from now on because it's a lot easier. Yeah, got it.
Good.
The reason I wanted to talk about this, also, just to start with, you can see that the deer on the front was clearly like a
quite
Tracy.
familiar. Yeah, very, very familiar.
Yeah. So the Telefang series, these games came out in very late 2000 in Japan. They're obviously Japanese games. Well, not necessarily. Well, I'll get into this in a bit. So I have a really vivid memory of playing this game because my friend had a copy of it. Seacon, you get it. I have a really vivid memory of it because I played it on a trip to his dad's place, and we played this and Smash the whole time. It was just a great time. And playing this, it's just the very start because I'm pretty sure there was a bug that stopped us getting further than like a couple of hours in.
Excellent. Got your money's worth for the cartridge.
Yeah. But this is a legit game. So it's a Game Boy game as well. But the translation has a lot of bad, very bad yet funny translations. And you don't really associate bootleg things from Japan, or I don't know, at least games at the very least. So I'm thinking it might have been bootlegged from a different country. I'm pretty sure that isn't Japan because I can't imagine a bootleg version coming out of Japan. I'm pretty sure my mate got it in Bali, but yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say like somewhere perhaps in Southeast Asia, like
sounds
like it's like normally whenever you sort of get pirated games, that seems to be like the hotspot, you know.
Yeah, totally. So there's actually two versions of Telefang. One is power and one is speed. I believe Jade version is speed. And
why the fuck haven't Pokemon made Pokemon power and Pokemon speed yet? Oh my god, Telefang struck gold on that one.
We'll get there. Given this, also I was thinking like, even though there's probably like an actual game, as Gordon seems to, he said he played a bit of it, so there must actually be a game under it, but like I could never get past that because of the translations are so bad, and also there was a bug that prevented us from playing the entire game, which made it hard. And also you associate that with not exactly with whatever the opposite of quality is. So it was released in November 2000. I'm pretty sure that's around the same time that Gold and Silver came out. So if you connect the dots, my guess would be that there was a game that was sort of similar to Pokemon. Like I'm guessing Telefang was obviously made to try to cash in on Pokemon. But
yeah, for sure.
This was trying to cash in on the Pokemon cash in.
Yeah.
If you follow my train of thought. So someone's obviously grabbed this and gone, oh, let's cheaply translate this, import it, and pretend it's a Pokemon game.
I will do that too.
Yeah. It doesn't say Pokemon anywhere in the game other than the opening menu, which is just this image, which looks even worse. But the other version, which I'm pretty sure is Power, has this cover, which is completely different and very hard to find a high-res version of. So
they came up with Diamond first. That says Diamond version on it.
Mm-hmm.
So does Nintendo have a case to answer for here?
Did they copy this
game? Did they copy this game, which very clearly copied them?
Yeah.
I wonder how that works. Like, are you allowed if you created derivative work, and then you created and then the original parent company just does that? Would you be able to sue them for copyright? You reckon?
No, absolutely not.
I would love to have a legal system that allowed for stuff like that.
Yeah, maybe in like Phoenix Wright or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. That's absolutely something that would happen in a Phoenix Wright case.
You would have to argue that for the Pokemon Diamond thing, and somehow that would be the key to solving a murder.
Yeah. The fact was that witness never seen diamonds before in their life, so how could they have asked for diamonds for ransom?
So I was thinking that, okay, so this image, this snake, I was trying to find where this snake originally came from. And all I could find is that it's a snake of unknown origin, because this doesn't appear in the game, and neither does the fucking Princess Mononoke deer that's on the cover of Pokemon Jade. That doesn't appear in the game either. But I think I just figured out something about this. Not where it necessarily came from, but I just noticed that it's clearly surrounded by Chaos Emeralds. And
you are correct.
The snake does have sort of spiky hair, and it is blue.
And it is blue.
This may be a Sonic snake.
It could be some Sonic fan. You know what it could
yes,
be?
Yeah.
What it kind of reminds me of, the way it's sitting, reminds me of Dratini. Of Dragonair.
Yeah.
But its color scheme reminds me of Gyarados. So I feel like somebody's just done their own fan art of combining those two. But then the fact that it does have what are clearly Chaos Emeralds there. I mean, what I actually think is that he's got legs that he's like hiding under there, and he would be wearing red shoes. That's my bet.
Possibly. So what is this game? It plays and looks very similar to Pokemon. But I think what's important to... Also, this is what it looks like. So obviously very Pokemon-like. Actually, maybe I should...
Try to have more friends.
I have a video. We can just play this in the background while I talk, I think. There's the name of the video, and... See, that's the opening menu screen. It's not good. So it's really important to know the context of when this game came out, which is very late 2000. That's because obviously Pokemon was just about to release its much anticipated sequel, much anticipated by Brendon, obviously. But you can also tell that this is a time when mobile phones was starting to gain traction, because this game is built, as you can, perfect timing. This game is centered around the use of mobile phones to summon a Denju, which is what these monsters are called. They're never referred to as Pokemon. They're called Denju, hence the Denju.
Just to be safe. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure in this bootleg version, though. So the bootleg has its own translation.
Okay. New and improved translation?
Oh, I mean, depends what you mean by improve.
I mean, I think it's called Ghost Hunters or Ghost Stories or something. This Japanese anime, which has a notoriously horrendous translation. The dub voice actors just were making fun of it as they did it. Reading their lines really sarcastically.
Yes, I have heard about that. So in the bootleg they call them electric monsters. But they're called Denju, which I assume translates to monster or something similar to that.
Yeah.
You start off with one, but you can get help from other Denju by calling them on their phone. And to get new ones, you need to, I think they have a chance to share their mobile phone number with you after you feed them. Okay.
This is sounding a little bit like a dating sim. Like, did you become good enough friends with that e-mon in order to get its phone number, or were you rejected and you weren't allowed to have his phone number to call him up later?
You're not too far off. It's not the relationship score, it's the distance. So if you want to summon one of them, you have to call them on your phone, and it's literally based on their position. So if their position is too far away on the map, sometimes it will take them a few extra turns to arrive. Sometimes they will get lost and not show up.
But they've got phones. They could, I suppose, not GPS phones yet.
Yeah. Yes, they're not GPS phones. They just call people. Is there anything else I need to describe this game? Do you have
these translations of mint?
Yes. So originally I had a video of a speed run of this, but it was all in Japanese, and I was like, needed to find an English version.
It's actually, yeah.
It's very hard finding stuff out about this game, by the way.
I wonder why.
Yeah. So there's actually, how many Denju do you think there are in this game?
Okay, so there's 151 in Pokemon. In the first
This is the first
edition.
in this series.
And it's clearly not going to have had the same level of... Maybe half is a safe bet. Maybe like 70.
That's a good guess, but I will just remind you in case you would like to change your guess.
Okay.
I would like to remind you that... oh, man. Oh, yes. This is a legit game. Don't let the bad translation fool you.
Okay.
This is an actual game.
Okay.
Also, I was trying to look up the sales figures, but I couldn't find them. I'll try to find them now.
Maybe I'll say, I feel like if they went for 150 as well, it would be too blatant. So I'm going to say maybe 120. 130. 130. I'm settling on 130.
There are 174.
174? Holy shit.
However, a lot of those are evolutions, which I think they're called like super versions, and they don't have that much variance. Right, so they only change the models very slightly.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure they're more like upgrades.
Technicalities.
Yeah. But technically there's 174 individual sprites at the very least.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not expect that. That was cool. That was a cool fact.
Yeah. You're welcome. So we've gotten a preview of some of these Pokemon. I mean...
Yeah. So Tom says, what the hell is this? This is bootleg Pokemon. What more do you want?
This is what you asked for, right?
This is what the people want. They want bootleg Pokemon. It's clear.
And it's like, I've always been tempted. There's a bootleg game called Pokemon Nuclear, apparently. That was really...
So Pokemon what, sorry?
Nuclear, which was a bootleg game that was really highly rated. Apparently it was really good.
Oh, there you go.
I think a lot of them that I've seen at the very least, are based around Gen 3. Whatever that means to you. Yes, we can call this Denju Y. Please remind me.
Yeah. I just the frame that you've paused it on there, right? Why is what I presume is your Pokemon, your e-mon? I'm going to call them e-mons, by the way, because I really like that. Why is your e-mon facing you and not its opponent? Like your opponent's facing you, and also your Pokemon is just like turning around to look at you. You're like, hey, yeah, what's next, boss? Like,
because
I just find that really funny.
And I'm pretty sure they have sprites for them turned around the other way as well.
Oh, but they just didn't use them?
Yeah. Also, the HP bars are flipped around the wrong way.
Oh, so your HP is on top?
Yeah, your one is this guy on the left, which is...
Fungus.
We'll get to pronunciations. I don't have an answer for you. But we'll get into it. So I can play a bit more when we're talking about general stuff. But for now, I have 4. I think I have 4. Mm-hmm. No, I have 5 e-mons to highlight.
Yes. I'm glad that you've caught on to e-mons.
It's actually so much easier.
Yeah.
So this is one of the 2 starters that's possible.
Okay.
Can we get Bianca to pronounce? Oh, yes, that's a great idea. I'm not going to...
Okay.
Obviously, the first one is Crpyto. Let's get you to pronounce...
It's Crpyto. Yeah, it's Crpyto.
I'll tell you which... Yes.
Or Curryboot. No, it's not Curryboot. That would be silly. It has to be Curryboot.
Kuribo.
Or is it Kuribute?
Okay, so one of these is the bootleg translation. One of them is the real one. Which one do you think is the real one? You're getting such a quiz. I'm sorry to put you on the spot so hard, but...
Crpyto sounds like it has to have been the bootleg translation. Surely Kuribute sounds like it's... or Curryboot. Maybe I should just say Curryboot because it's funnier. Surely it has to be Curryboot.
Crpyto is the actual name.
It's actually called Crpyto and somebody else named it Curryboot.
Yeah. I think you could probably discern where the bootleg came from by looking at the bootleg names. I reckon someone who is smarter than me could do that.
Yeah. We need some sort of linguistic analysis in here.
So obviously it's hard to find sprites, high-res sprites, I mean. But it's this in the middle. I believe the one on the left was a deviant art, but I'm not entirely positive. I couldn't find a source for it. And I just put a Sandslash there because
it's strikingly similar to Sandslash.
Yeah. The picture on the left, the better looks a bit like Charizard too, like its head, but you can't really see that in the one in the middle. You also see that they all take on some popular Pokemon characteristics, but obviously the art style is completely different. There's better sprites that we can look at later, but the hands look totally different. And the toes and stuff.
Because he's got four digits. Like,
and
it's a bit off-brand.
Yeah, and they're typically looking square on as well, for the most part. At least I'm just thinking about the actual sprites, not the 3D models, which are obviously facing this way, diagonally
off into
away.
The distance.
Yes, off camera.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know if anyone thinks about Pokemon to this level other than the people who made the game, but
here we are.
Yeah. So, do you have anything to say? What do you think about Crpyto? As a starter as well.
As a starter, he's kind of uninspiring. What can I just say though? Looking at the sprite, like the actual sprite in the middle, it's not high res enough to get any real details in there, and there's like too many lines and borders that kind of make it a bit harder to see.
Yeah.
Do you know what I originally though thought upon seeing it is that the thing that's sticking out of his sort of top left shoulder, I thought that was a sword, like a sword hilt. And like he was wearing samurai armor, like sort of like layered armor. Like that's what it could look like, especially if it's scaled down, right, and you don't have all the details.
Yeah, that's too cool there.
Yeah, that would have been really fucking cool if that was the case, and it wasn't just like Sand Slash but slightly different. That would have been really cool if he was a samurai. So next time, Pokemon Jade 2. Try making him a samurai. That would be my advice.
So I was going to say this at the end, but there is a sequel to these games.
Oh, no way. That's okay. Great. Yeah. Love it. So excited.
I typed in, I was trying to find the sales figures, and I typed in Telefang sales, and I was like, Salesforce? I was like, maybe.
It's possible.
There's no sales figures that I can see, unfortunately.
It's a tragedy.
There are figures, though. Like,
just generic ones.
I think they're ones that would have actually. I think they're actually like officially branded. Like as I said, it's a legit game.
I keep forgetting. I do keep forgetting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this was a Game Boy Color game too. So like, I have zero idea about how successful I was. I feel like the only way that you would know about it is like through this, like word of mouth from you have
like by people remembering it. Yeah. I'd never even heard of it before you told it to me. But Gordon and you both have played it at least once. So
you know I didn't make this up and just draw all the sprites myself.
This isn't some crazy fever dream that you had.
How awesome would that be though if I like drew all these sprites and was like, I have something to tell you. I made it all up.
Do you know when I think I've brought this up on the show before, but when I was in primary school, there was this girl that I remember going over to her house once, and we would draw our own Pokemon, and we would like make them up and give them names and draw them, and then we'd like come up with abilities for them. I fucking wish I still had that display folder that had all of the drawings that we had made, but I'm pretty sure I chucked it out, or it got chucked out years ago. I might ask my mum just in case, they've got a box of my shit still this many years after I moved out, but it's highly unlikely.
I remember there was one where I drew a Pokemon, and I made my own Pokemon card out of it.
That's cool.
Yeah, a lot of dedication.
That's cool.
A lot went into that.
It's a total fabrication. God, I did a video where it's just super cut of him saying, "We made it up. It was false. It was a fabrication. That one was made up by a writer." So
oh my god!
Good.
I love too that there's like multiple different versions of that. There's not just that one where he's talking about making it up. There's also one where he's just asking people random questions.
Yes, where he just like reads out the most insane lines from that show. I really want to watch that.
It's like,
show.
What was the cowboy doing?
Yes.
Yes.
This is that meme about, Mum, I want Pokemon. No, we have Pokemon at home. And then this is Pokemon at home. This is exactly what that is.
That's true.
It's very true. That's good. I love it.
Unfortunately, you know which one is the real name and which one is the fake name now.
Yeah.
So this one's real name is Fungus.
That is insane to me.
And it's... pronounce the other one. I want to hear what your pronunciation is.
Okay, so it's got to be Fungus, like, because it can't just be fangs, or else it would just not have this. It would not have the e, so it has to be Fungus or Fungus. It has to be.
I'm shocked, but I thought the exact same thing. I was like, it can't be fangs. Yes. You want to say fangs. Your brain says fangs, but it can't be because there's an E.
It can't.
It's Fungus or Fungus or something of that ilk. Anyway.
Oh man.
But that's
I'm gonna start crying. I'm laughing so hard. Great.
Because of Fungus.
Because of Fungus. You're gonna bring me to tears, this guy. Oh boy.
So this is one of the starters. It doesn't look anything like Agumon, but I think it just looks like a Digimon, which is why I included it.
It does. I was actually going to say before when we were talking about how like the mechanic of the game is you have to ring up your e-mons and ask them to help you. Yeah. It reminds me of the fact that like in Digimon there was that weird thing that they had that I don't really remember what it did. Did it let them digivolve? Did it let them enter the digital world? But you know that weird thing and it's kind of like shaped.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
I don't remember what it did. But you know what I'm talking about though.
Digimon, I just need to one day take a month off work and just watch every bit of Digimon content that exists.
We should sync up our next annual leave periods and just do that.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm putting it on a bit. So you know how you said that Crpyto was a bit uninspired? Like, holy shit, look at Fungus over here.
Good brown rock boy crouching down on the ground.
Oh, they have types, by the way. I'm pretty sure there's only 5 types.
It's like a slightly more advanced rock, paper, scissors then.
Yeah, I'm probably going to...
Just like Pokemon.
Mountain, sky, grassland, forest, aquatic, and I think there's like desert. I think there's like shadow.
Those aren't types. Those are weather biomes.
They're biomes, yeah.
Those are weather conditions. Those are biomes for sure.
Speaking of biomes, y'all, I've been playing a lot of Minecraft as of late.
Yeah, I nearly jumped on and joined you guys playing last night, but instead I spent 2 hours playing Banished, and now all I care about is not letting my villagers starve to death in the winter like I did the first 2 times I tried to play that game.
That's fair. Yeah, especially for a starter, uninspired is the last thing that you need.
He's so beige. He's so beige.
So these are the coloured sprites as well. This is like his actual
coloring. My god.
The colour version, I should say.
This was a Game Boy Color game and that was the one that they went with.
Yeah. We got to compete against Charizard. What do you got?
See, he looks like he's dry retching after a long drinking session. He doesn't look like he's having a great time. He's just sort of like...
He does evolve into things. I'll try to find them. I'll do that later. I'll do that. You can go look this up on your own. There's wikis of it.
Yeah. A great repository of all human knowledge.
Yeah, you're right. His pose is very... It does look exactly like he's dry retching. Yeah, pretty bad.
Yep.
This next one though is very challenging, very interesting.
Okay.
Obviously, the things surrounding it are the things that it reminds me of.
Yes, these are all excellent images that you've chosen to accompany this. This Pokemon, which I'm going to pronounce as Zynunas. I feel like it has to be Nas at the end.
Sununasu.
Could be Zanunas. Zynunas.
That's what the... So Zynunas. I feel like... Yeah, Pokemon Jade delivering the goods. Fucking Zynunas, the weird like black tongue with legs. That's all I see. It's fucked.
It's so fucking weird. Oh my god.
So
do you know what?
So when I played it
reminds me of.
Yeah, sorry, you go on.
Sorry, you go, Brendon. You go, Brendon, because I need to Google what this thing it reminds me of is.
I was just saying, can you like in 2006 was when I played this, and it's like your friend's like, here's this fucking bootleg Pokemon game, and this is literally like the first one that you encounter. And so you're like, holy shit, this cartridge is fucking haunted. Like, look at this monstrosity. It's so scary and fucked up.
Oh my god, that's absolutely horrifying. I'm gonna add just one real quick inspiration image, because what it reminds me of is the Ankylosaurus, and I don't know if that's the correct way to pronounce it or not.
I would pronounce it Ankylosaurus.
Yeah, well, you're probably correct. I haven't watched Walking with Dinosaurs in a while, so I don't remember how Kenneth Branagh said it. Yeah. But it reminds me of that, the way like it's all funky on the top and like kind of just that weird sort of U-shaped head. Yeah. It's just, yeah, I don't. The comparison with the xenomorph is apt.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is Monochromon on the right. But yeah, this is... Oh, it's definitely not the worst one. It's definitely like the scary... Oh, there's some weird ones. This next one I fucking hate so much. And it'll be painfully obvious why.
Yeah. Gordon also says that Zainu Nas has hooves for some reason, which is fucked. Why would you give it hooves? Why would you give it hoofs?
Yeah,
not good.
Not good energies. So this is Oshi, or
a pig flesh monster.
Yes, that 3-word description that I detest so much.
He's absolutely a pig flesh monster, and I will call it. Well, there's only one way to say it. It has to be OC, right? But the way it's like Osh, but it's only one letter away from being Osha.
So,
or you could just pronounce it Osha.
But this would be a translation of a Japanese name. So O-S-H-E. I don't know what characters I don't know how this works.
So it could be Oshi, and then it's become OC.
I think the bootleg name is the better option here.
Yeah, I agree.
So OC looks like an actual naked mole rat. This is the Rufus from Kim Possible, obviously, on the right.
Yes, which really sells you up takes you down the garden path, whatever, and thing I'm trying to say. That's not what naked mole rats look like. Because Rufus is kind of cute and adorable, and he's like friendly, and he's the fun little guy that they're always hanging out with. And you see what they fucking look like, and they are not good. They are like what you see in the center image.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure they don't have eyes, or they're like covered over.
No, they don't. They've got like fucking insane noses or some shit, and they breathe through their skin. Just...
There's a reason I included Rufus instead of a picture of an actual...
Yes, a very, very wise choice. I don't want to get banned from Twitch for inappropriate content.
For posting our nudes on Twitch.
Yeah.
There's a classic... I don't know. Classic in the community, I guess. There's a streamer that I really like named Kit Burger, and he trolls tech support scammers. And I think his most watched video is where he has a folder on his computer called Nudes. And like the tech support scammer opens it up, and there's just pictures of naked mole rats. Yeah. He's like, what are you doing? Why are you looking at my private photos? Yeah. Hilarious. Our final e-mon is, I just picked out the best sprite that they had.
The best. Okay.
And I think it's obvious why. I don't know if you looked at this yet.
I didn't. I can see in the preview, but...
I'll close this, but yes.
Whoa. Okay.
Huge moves have been made.
What? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Why is he called Hat? Why would you translate... Why would you change from Easydog into Hat? Why would you do that?
I assume that was an end game on.
It was a real step backwards.
By the way, Gordon, if you want, feel free to join the call and tell us about your experiences with Pokemon Jade if you have any fun stories to share. But yeah, Easydog, holy shit. It's a dog that's a motorbike. So I'll enlarge
holy shit.
That's
insane.
Imagine, like, look at this compared to fucking Pink Flesh Monster over here and nothing Fungus. Like, Easydog rules. This one...
Easydog fucking rules. Why wasn't Easydog the starter?
Yeah.
He doesn't even need to evolve.
Yeah. This one on the left is official art as well, by the way.
Official art? Wow, okay.
Yeah.
I just want to say... Okay, hang on. My first question is, he's got one wheel. He's got a seat, clearly. And a handle for you to hang on to. In fact, multiple handles, I assume. What are his front limbs? Are they also wheels? Because they kind of look like just kind of sharp, knifey things on the end.
No, I think they're hands. I think you ride it like a unicycle. Like if you want to ride it, you sit on that seat, hold onto those handlebars, like a fucking roller coaster, and goes. Yeah, it would run like a boop. Yeah. You get it.
Oh, so you think it would like do a wheelie and just go on one wheel?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was anticipating it would be like the front end of a wheelbarrow race where its arms are just gonna be like this.
Oh my! Like a Flintstones car where you have to run.
Yeah, exactly like that.
I'm pretty sure his moves are hit. I'm not entirely sure if there are moves or not. We really should have Gordon in the voice chat. If you want to join, please let us know. And you have a microphone.
Yeah, just say so.
We have so many questions. Yeah. Like, do they have attacks?
You know when you get asked if you could have any one Pokemon in real life, which would it be? This is the one. This would absolutely be the most useful Pokemon. Like, hands down, if you had to have a Pokemon for the rest of only one for the rest of your life, tell me you wouldn't fucking pick Easydog. What can any other Pokemon do that Easydog couldn't if he put his mind to it?
Riding around on fucking baby.
Like you pull like imagine like just pulling up on your Easydog to like the front of the traffic lights, and then like I'm on board with him pulling up now, like and just going like a unicycle. I think my idea is really stupid, but like you pull up, front legs go down, you're chilling there with Easydog, you like give the drivers next to you the side eye, and then you just when the lights go green, you just fucking rev it, or Easydog revs it, and he just goes off and does a sick wheelie.
Yeah,
that's absolutely insane.
How good is Easydog? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they don't have moves. I'm pretty sure they just hit and that's it. Like they just have a melee. I could be entirely wrong.
Yeah.
But yeah, Easydog.
All right, Brendon's here. I'm gonna add him.
Gordon.
Good. Yeah.
Wait,
Gordon, please accept my friend request that I'm about to send you. And then
it might fuck up our videos, but that's fine.
It might, but it might also be worth it. Once you've accepted that, I can add you to the DM. For some reason, you can't add people to group messages unless you're friends with them.
Yeah.
Which seems like a real
it's so you can't start spamming people. Like, brands can't go on and start adding every single account. And then, like, the Instagram lets you do. Oh, God, our video is going to go. Wait.
Sorry, guys. I just ruined it by adding the person I made the call drop when you're in the middle of talking, Brendon.
Hey. Our videos still work. It's sort of okay. It looks terrible, but you know.
It's working in a pinch.
Hello, Gordon.
I'm alright. How are you?
Hey, I didn't ask how you were, but that's good to hear. Sorry. Do e-mons have attacks?
From what I remember, yes. In a way, I think what you said is somewhat true, that they just have like a hit, like a melee, but then it also kind of builds up and then you do a special attack as well afterwards, from what I recall.
So it's kind of like Pokemon Go. Like you just have one boring attack while you charge up your good one?
Yeah, I think. Like it's been a long time and I think.
Why aren't you playing it right now?
Oh man, if only I knew where it was, I would be.
Just an excuse to dig it out of storage.
Yeah. Do you have any great memories of this game?
I mean, the only thing I think that I can distinctly remember that hasn't already been covered is that there was definitely a tornado Pokemon.
Okay.
Whoa, okay.
I'll try to find that.
That was interesting, and yeah, just like I've got like some like kind of vague image snapshots of like a cave area, and then like towards the end there was like a kind of beachside kind of area, but like pretty vague memories of it.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention. So I'm pretty sure at the start, like they dump you out, and you're like you wake up and you're in the dream world, which is also it might not be dream world, it might be Denji world, but I'm pretty sure...
You get teleported to Denji world like from fucking just like the start, just away you go.
But they call it like the electric monster world or something like that.
Yeah, it's super.
They couldn't call it the digital world. That was taken.
See that I like how Pokemon incorporates Pokemon into everyday life so closely, which means that they have to do a lot more world building in that regard. But with like other things, like they're not part of everyday life. Like with Digimon, they're part of the digital world.
Oh, we're in another dimension.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add, Gordon?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. I think you covered pretty much all the good points.
Out of 10, what would you give the game? How much did you enjoy it?
Oh, solid 5.5. I guess.
A solid 5.5.
For potential, if I got to play the full game, I think it'd be pretty much a 5.5.
Yeah. All right. Actually, I need to start doing this with any of our guests that are on. What's your favorite Pokemon?
Oh God, I've got no idea actually, but big Gyarados fan, I reckon.
Okay, that's a great choice.
All right. Yep, I can respect that. Even if I know that deep down you totally have one, Gordon. You're just playing coy with us. I can tell you totally would have one.
It's Mr. Mime.
He's too ashamed to say it.
Yeah. My dreams are Mr. Mime.
Thank you, Gordon. Have a good night.
You do. See ya.
Oh man. Oh my God, we dropped out. Fuck.
And we're back.
Hey. It's back to how it was.
That was actually, honestly, pretty seamless.
Yeah, I mean, we can have it prepared, like, in the future. I can sort something out. So if we have someone that randomly calls, we can actually seamlessly add them. But until then, I'll close this out because I have something to wrap this up. Also, I'm pretty sure this is a manga, and I wanted to show you this because if you are confused about whether, even though this might actually be a real game, is definitely a cash grab on Pokemon. Fucking look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I love the fact that that the characters, like the kanji characters, have a phone in them. He's holding a phone, and also issue number 1, it's a phone. Like they really loved phones, huh?
Yeah, you can tell how what's the word for of its time? You can tell how of its time it is, because also Japan very technology focused, and I remember the stereotypes about how people in Japan had like way more advanced phones than everyone else. I mean, it was true as well. They weren't as expensive, and the technology of their phones was way more ahead of everyone else. But my closing remarks on this. So I don't know. I didn't know you weren't, and you're a kid, but for me, when I was young, if I would see like something that was out of place like this, like if there was something that was clearly a knockoff, I would assume that the problem was with my own understanding, which is wrong. Like, for example, if I was a really little kid and I got Pokemon Jade, I would assume it's a Pokemon game and be like, the reason that it's all weird and stuff must be because I don't understand something, rather than thinking anything is wrong with the product. And I think this game was a really, like, I played this when I was 13, so I wasn't that young. But for me, like, it was sort of a realization that if there's something dodgy or something off, it's not my perception that's wrong. Sometimes there are things that are dodgy and not correct, you know? Like sometimes things don't make sense. Like if there's things like jokes in a movie that don't make sense, it might not necessarily be because I don't understand it. It's because it's shit. And I'm not saying this is shit, but I think playing this, it was a realization for me that, but just because it says Pokemon Jade on it, it has nothing to do with Pokemon, and there's more nefarious things, which is kind of, I mean, it kind of sounds sad, that you sort of like the magic is taken away, but at the same time, that's becoming an adult. Wow, real fucking deep.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, as you started that, I thought this was going to go down like the Santa path of like, and then that's how my innocence was shattered.
No, not necessarily. No.
Fortunately, it wasn't that, but yeah, I do get what you're saying. Like, it's just a little bit, takes the magic out of things slightly.
Yeah, it does that, but I think more importantly, it's sort of critical thinking. I think is what I'm trying to get at. You learn to dissect things more as you grow older. You learn about the intent behind things and don't necessarily take everything you read, hear, or see at face value.
So what you're saying is that we should do our own research and come to our own conclusions.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say.
Excellent. I'm glad I was able to pick up what you were putting down.
Yeah. Luckily, I wasn't sure how long this would go for, but this worked out very well. So I'll bid you all adieu. I've got to play some Minecraft. But thank you all for joining and watching and participating in that chat. And thank you, Gordon, for calling in and giving us his thoughts about this incredibly good game.
Thank you, everybody, as always. And we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
See ya.
How do I stop? I know how. Goodbye.